They said there are 3 things you should never do in the village of Obot Akara. 1. Never argue with the town crier when his bell is still ringing. 2. Never borrow palm wine from a drunk man. And 3. Never ever sit close to Chief Okon during a meeting of elders, unless you want Wahala to visit you personally. Now, Chief Okon was not an ordinary man. He was the self-appointed chairman of the Council of Talkatives, the unofficial minister of palm wine affairs, and the only man who could insult the village head and still go home with free yam. He was the type of man who entered a place and immediately created noise, confusion, and entertainment all at once. Chief Okon was tall like a roko, round like calabash, and his mouth was always shining with palm oil. He wore a red cap that had seen more meetings than most elders had seen birthdays. His walking stick wasn't for support. No, it was his microphone. He used it to emphasize every word, especially when lying. One bright Tuesday morning, while the cocks were still announcing to the village that sleep had expired, a rumor flew faster than Harmattan fire. Chief Okon is fighting over meat at the elders' meeting again. Now, this wasn't new. Chief Okon and meat had a long relationship, a dangerous one. Anytime the elders gathered and the goat pepper soup appeared, Chief Okon's fingers became faster than arithmetic. He would collect, chew, swallow, and then start quoting proverbs nobody asked for. That Tuesday, however, something special happened. Something that made history and ended in laughter that lasted 3 market days. The night before the meeting, the town crier had gone round beating his gong. Come, come, come. All elders of Obot Akara must gather tomorrow morning at the village square. The meeting is very important. Palm wine and goat soup will be served. The moment Chief Okon had goat soup, his eyes turned like satellite dish. He shouted to his wife Ekaete, "Woman, where is my red cap? The one I used during the burial of Chief Etim's goat. Tomorrow, greatness is calling me." Ekaete sighed. She has seen this movie before. Okun, abeg, eat small before you go tomorrow. You know how you behave when you see free food. Woman, keep quiet. He barked proudly. A man must not eat before a feast. I will go empty so that I can return full. Ekaete rolled her eyes and said under her breath, "You will return toothless if you continue this your foolishness." Little did she know that her words were prophecy. The next morning, Chief Okon dressed like a masquerade of prosperity. He wore white singlet under his agbada, polished his slippers with groundnut oil, and rubbed powder on his face to reduce shine. When he entered the village square, his presence announced itself. "Aya, Chief Okon don't come," people murmured. Even goats moved aside. The elders were already sitting in a circle under the big tree. In front of them was a long table with bowls of palm wine, goat pepper soup, roasted plantain, and kola nut. Chief Okon's stomach started singing national anthem immediately. "Good morning, my people," he said, bowing with pride. "I greet you all in the name of tradition, palm wine, and long life." The head of elders, Chief Asukwa, replied, "Okon, we greet you too. Please, sit quietly and behave yourself today. No drama." "Me? Drama? I am a man of peace," he said, smiling like crocodile near chicken. Everybody laughed. The meeting began well. They discussed road repairs, the annual yam festival, and the mysterious chicken that kept stealing from the shrine. Everything was peaceful until the palm wine arrived. Aha! The palm wine. It was fresh, foamy, and calling names. When the tapper poured it, the aroma alone could make a dead man wake up and say, "Just 1 cup." Chief Okon sniffed the air like dog. My ancestors, I smell blessings." He quickly stretched his calabash before anyone else. "Let me taste it, to make sure it is not poisoned." Chief Asukwo frowned. "Okon, you always test everything. Are you the village goat tester?" He grinned. Better safe than sorry. He took 1 sip, closed his eyes, and began humming like church choir. This one sweet like angel tears. The other elders began drinking too, and soon laughter filled the air. But Chief Okon's calabash was refilled 3 times, and his mouth refused to rest. After the 3rd cup, Chief Okon's tongue lost respect for wisdom. He banged his walking stick on the ground. "My fellow elders, this meeting is useless unless we talk about the real issue, the missing goat of my compound." Chief Asukwo looked tired. "Okon, that goat ran away 3 months ago.
It didn't run away, he shouted. Somebody among us roasted it, and I suspect Chief Udo because last week I saw goat hair in his compound. The whole place erupted. Chief Udo jumped up. Me? Goat thief? Okon, may thunder bend your walking stick. Let it bend with style, he replied, standing up to match him. Confess now before your yam refuses to cook forever. The elders tried to calm them down, but Okon's mouth had no brakes. Even the palm wine god trembled. To reduce the tension, Chief Asuku ordered the women to bring food. And that, my friend, was the beginning of the end. When the goat pepper soup appeared, steam dancing, aroma flying, Chief Okon's eyes rolled like dice. He licked his lips and whispered, "My goat has returned." The women began serving each elder a small portion. But when it reached Okon's turn, he said, "Wait, I am the eldest here, by stomach size. Give me the head of the goat." The women laughed. "Chief, the head belongs to the chairman." He stood up, raising his hand. "Then I resign from vice chairmanship immediately." The elders gasped. Chief Asuku sighed deeply. "Okon, please sit down before you embarrass your ancestors." Okon didn't sit. "If my ancestors can eat goat head, I too shall eat goat head." Before anyone could react, he dipped his hand into the main pot, boiling hot, and snatched the goat head like thief of destiny. "Yay!" he screamed, shaking his hand. The pepper soup was hotter than sin, but pride wouldn't let him drop it. He blew the meat like trumpets, beat it greedily, and that's when destiny struck.
As Chief Okon bit the goat's head, there was a small crack, not from the bone, but from his mouth. He froze. He touched his lips. He looked at his palm. 2 of his teeth were sitting there, smiling at him like ex-girlfriends. For a moment, silence ruled the meeting. Then one elder coughed, another one chuckled, and the entire circle exploded in laughter. "Jesus of Obot Akara," shouted Okon, "my teeth!" Chief Udon banged the table, laughing. "Okon, even the goat you accused has taken revenge." "Somebody call the herbalist," Okon wailed. "My mouth don't lose foundation." Tears streamed down his face, half from pain, half from shame. He tried to hide his missing teeth by covering his mouth, but it was too late. The news had already begun flying across the village like election rumor. Chief Okon refused to give up. "I cannot lose my teeth and my dignity in one day." He ran to the village herbalist, Baba Etuk, known for fixing everything from broken bones to broken marriages. When he arrived, he shouted, "Baba, help me! My teeth have resigned without notice." Baba Etuk adjusted his spectacles, made from bottle glass. Bring the teeth." Okon handed them over, like gold. "Can you fix it?" The herbalist sniffed them, shook his head, and said, "These teeth are tired. Even if I glue them back, they might fall again during laughter." "Glue them with palm wine then," Okon cried. The herbalist chuckled. "No be so e dey work, chief. But I fit give you special charm, teeth of stubbornness." Okon nodded eagerly. "Give me 2. Baba Etuk mixed some herbs and handed him a dark paste. "Rub this on your gum every morning, but don't talk too much." "Me? Talk too much? Never," said Okon, talking too much already. When Okon returned home, children gathered around him. "Chief Okon, show us your mouth," they teased. He chased them with stick. "Go and find your own missing teeth." But that only made them laugh more. From that day, children called him Chief Two Teeth, while others called him Okon Pepper Mouth. His wife Ekaete shook her head. "I told you not to go empty stomach." Okon replied proudly, "At least I lost my teeth honorably during battle with goats." 1 week later, another elders' meeting was called to discuss the previous embarrassment. When Okon arrived, wearing scarf around his mouth, all the elders started whispering. Chief Azukwa said kindly, "Okon, we are happy you could come, even without your 2 ministers." "Which ministers?" Okon asked. "Your teeth," Azukwa replied. The elders burst into laughter again. Okon rolled his eyes. "Laugh all you want. At least I can still chew with confidence." Chifudon smirked.
Yes, but can you smile with confidence? Okon jumped up, shaking his walking stick. You people think it is easy to fight a goat head? That head was possessed. Possessed or not, Chief Azuko said, we have decided that from now on, Chief Okon will only drink palm wine during meetings. No chewing of anything harder than plantain. Okon shouted, injustice! Discrimination! Goats have won! But secretly, he was happy. He had found a way to attend meetings and drink without sharing. One afternoon, Okon decided to restore his lost honor. He planned to bring his own special palm wine to the next meeting, one that would make everybody forget the tooth incident. He told the palm wine tapper, give me the strongest one you have. I want to shake their destiny. The tapper smiled wickedly. Are you sure, Okon? This one can make even the dead confess. That's the one, Okon said proudly. At the meeting, he poured it for everyone. After 2 calabashes, people began speaking French. By the third, Chief Azuko started singing love songs to the chairman's chair. Okon laughed so hard that his false tooth, which he had carved from palm kernel, fell out mid-laughter and landed inside the soup bowl. Jesus, my new tooth, he screamed. Everybody stared at the soup. Chief Udon asked slowly, so, who will eat now? Okon looked around nervously. We can just share the drink and forget the soup today. But a stubborn elder shouted, soup cannot suffer because of tooth. They argued until sunset, and in the end, nobody touched the soup again. Days turned to weeks, and Chief Okon's missing teeth became legend. Visitors came from nearby villages just to hear the story from him directly. He would sit proudly under the big tree, tapping his stick, saying, yes, I am the man who fought a goat and lost my teeth, but I gained fame. Then he would laugh, toothless, shameless, and proud. He even began giving advice. My children, when you see goat hard in soup, remember, not every battle needs your teeth. Sometimes, wisdom is better than chewing. One day, during another elders' meeting, a young hunter ran into the square with news. Chiefs, we caught the goat that was missing from Chief Okon's compound. Everybody gasped. They brought the goat forward, a big black one with crooked horn. It looked at Okon and bleated angrily, as if to say, see your life. Okon stepped back in fear. This is the same goat whose head I ate in pepper soup. Chief Azuko said, so whose goat head did you bite then? Everyone turned to the women who had cooked that day. The women looked at each other, then at Okon, then burst into laughter. One woman confessed, Chief Okon ate the wrong meat. It wasn't goat head, it was dried coconut head we used to thicken the soup. The entire council collapsed in laughter. Chief Udon rolled on the ground shouting, so you lost your teeth to coconut, not goat. Okon stood frozen, speechless, mouth open like wide gate. Chief Azuko patted his back gently. My brother, you are now a legend, the only man who fought the coconut and lost. From that day, whenever Chief Okon attended any village function, children would chant behind him, coconut warrior, coconut warrior. He would wave proudly and reply, yes, I am the conqueror of coconuts. He finally accepted his fate and even turned it into business, selling coconut courage powder, a fake herbal mixture he claimed could make anyone brave enough to fight coconuts. People bought it just for laughter. And in the evenings, when the sun dropped behind the palm trees and laughter echoed through the village, elders would gather and retell the story. How Chief Okon lost his teeth, not to a lion, not to a battle, but to one innocent coconut sitting in pepper soup. They say every village has one man who must suffer so that others can laugh. In Obot Akara, that man was Chief Okon. His story became proverb, his missing teeth became legend, and his laughter, that booming gap-toothed laughter, became music that still dances through the palm trees whenever elders gather to drink and gossip. And if you pass by the village square today, you might still hear him shouting, "If coconut no kill me, life no fit kill me." And everyone answers, laughing, "Chief Okon, the coconut warrior, long may your gums reign."
Please let us know where you are watching from. Leave a comment below. We love to hear from you. Please like the video and share with your family and friends. Please also click the subscribe button so we can bring more videos to you. Thanks for being part of us.